to Planet Coaster, and I've just done one. A couple of things. Number one is, if you hear somebody in the background, it's my girlfriend. We're in a physical call right now. In the process of like calling in between. So you can hear her talking. She's talking to her mother. But we're here on Planet Coaster. I'm just going to show you guys. This isn't really the main focus of today's episode. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on Sapphire Creek. So Sapphire Creek was the realistic part that I wanted to build. I didn't want to build it too big, but I built a river in the middle, and there's some bridges and shit. And then I want to build coasters and stuff. And this is meant to be my semi-realistic part. So we've done all of this we did in the first 2 episodes of the Sapphire Creek series. I want to continue it, I do, but right now I don't know where I want to begin just yet. So I'm just going to tell you guys that this series is on hold for now, but will return. It will either return in Planet Coaster 2, which is probably not likely because I have to rebuild all of this and I don't want to. But I'm doing other stuff, so it will return, but for now this is going on pause. I just wanted to say that before I continue the episode. So don't worry about this Sapphire Creek. I'm excited to build it, I just don't know where to start just yet. So there's that. The second thing is today's focus. So today's episode we are focusing on Planet Coaster Pokecoasters. That's the focus. Where is it? Yeah, that's the focus, is Planet Coaster Pokecoasters. This series I am going to continue because it's not a whole huge massive part. I say continue. We'll get to the details in a second of what's happening with this series right now. Sorry, I haven't worked it up yet. Yeah, I'll get into details of this series, but basically Planet Coaster Pokecoasters is basically where I build coasters themed around ecosystems or environments that legendary Pokemon would be if they were either in the real world or just in general. Like whether it be a replica from a game or whether it's like completely. We'll get into that in a minute. I need to turn this music down because you probably can't hear me very well. I noticed that. I need to turn this music down. Setting soundtrack just for you. 5. There we go. Yeah. So yeah. So this is kind of Planet Coasters. The idea is I just build a coaster for each legendary, and it's kind of like themed around that legendary. Right? So, for example, this is the Ho-Oh coaster. You can see Ho-Oh up here. There might be another Ho-Oh like on the roof. Yeah, there's one here too. So there's kind of animals on there. So the kind of like area you would be in if you were visiting a theme park and Pokemon was kind of like the main thing. And then we have like a little castle for Suicune. I definitely went over the top of this. I am not completely happy with it, but at the time I was. There's way too much. Don't make sense. Like you got all of this here, and it's just floating, right? There's no pillars or anything to link. I probably could have changed that, but we should change that. But stuff like that. I'm not gonna make any changes. It's kind of like the idea of this series is it's not all gonna be done in one go. It's kind of like over time, so you kind of see me progress of building. You know, you kind of like with me with my journey of Pokemon, building coasters and stuff. So like, this is the first one I built, second one, and then my favourite one, which is the third. And the idea is as time goes on, they should get progressively better. Like this one, I absolutely loved it. I love the way this one looks. Like, it's such a good. It just looks really cool. I'm very happy with this one. By far my favourite. However, these have been done over the course of like 3-4 years, right? Or 2-3 years. And I haven't played Planet Coaster in about a year or 2 years, so I expect the next coaster I build is going to probably be worse. But we'll see how it goes. And on to the next topic of this episode, before I go ahead and explain what I'm going to do. As you can see here, we have Team Maker Toolkit items. If I just switch to back toolkit, but it's actually just tells me it's here. Yeah. So we have Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos. Articuno works. It's not ideal. The model is kind of like weird. I could adjust it, but the texture's bugged. So I'd have to redo this entire model, and I'm having some major issues with Blender and Maker's Toolkit. And then we've got Zapdos, another one which is kind of in like a T pose. This actually looks alright, so I'll probably just keep that as this. And then we've got Moltres. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with Moltres. Well, I did not need to do that. And then we have like Mewtwo and stuff, which is fine. I can just like rotate this. Can I even rotate this? Let me rotate. That one's fine. I don't think I can rotate this. Ah, yeah, I can rotate. Yeah, so I can rotate this. It's not the end of the world. We have Mewtwo and stuff. But I wanted to get. I did try to redo a Moltres model. It's this one here, but I can't for the life of me get textures working. I don't know what it is I'm doing wrong. But these are two that I've recently tried. Stop favouring it. Yeah, so this is actually, he's actually massive. Not even to be that big. Yeah, so these are two models that I've done recently. I've made sure, like, the pose is great. The pose is exactly how I made the pose. I adjusted the pose, I did on this one I adjusted the pose. But the textures just don't work. Like, if you follow the theme maker's user guide, the theme maker's user guide, you gotta have the materials labeled the same as the textures in Blender, right? Which is alright. All of that's set up and right. The only thing that I don't have, which could be is I don't have UV maps for these models. So that could be what's breaking it. But I don't know if it is or not. I swear I made one of like what was it? Like Suicune, for example. Where is it? This model I made myself. I'm pretty sure this one doesn't have UV maps. I didn't make it, but I posted it. I'm pretty sure this doesn't have UV maps. I'm pretty sure it's just got texture maps, but I could be wrong. But this one works fine, right? This one works absolutely fine, and I've literally replicated what I've done here on these two. It's a tiny bit, but it's just the textures just don't load, and I don't know why. So if you know how to fix that or can do it yourself and want to help, I know I don't really have much of an audience, but if somebody catches this and they happen to know texturing and models and Blender and stuff, if you wouldn't mind going ahead and making all the legendaries for me, that'd be great. I haven't got money for it, so it'd just be a side thing you do for the fun of it. Other than that, I'm still trying to figure out. I still got a couple of things to try. I'm trying to figure this out, get it all working. But we do have Articuno for now, so I can go ahead and do Articuno. But if I can't get these models working, then I'm afraid this series is probably going to have to, I don't know what I'm going to do about the series, discontinue it. I don't really know. It comes down to if I can get these models working, because obviously they're the most important thing. Without these models, it kind of ruins the whole theme that I'm going for, right? So that's kind of where I'm going with that. But like I said, I have Articuno and I have Zapdos, so I have a couple. I mean, this is tiny. That is like well small. It is what it is. Like if you compare it to my Suicune, for some reason it's massive though. If I compare the sizes, look at it. I don't know why Suicune's so big. I bet even like, I think it's even small compared to her, right? Yeah. Interesting. Okay. They're incredibly small. But the models will do for now until I can figure out how to fix them. But yeah, so that's kind of where I am with this series. We're going to go ahead and we are going to work on Articuno coaster. And then we do have Mew, but again, these models are exceptionally small. I want the models to be big, right? Like, I want these to be big models, kind of like this size, because that's what I made with. Lugia is they're all very big sizes. So that's another pose. I did this pose myself. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this series. I'm not really sure what to do about it. If I can figure out why they're not working, then obviously I can solve it. But for now, we can start working on the Articuno coaster. So, enough rambling. What I'm going to do for the Articuno coaster is we are going to build a... Custom. Everybody's given so long to make that. How do I make... I guess I just choose. Right, we've got to choose what is this? This is... I don't want... I want to do my... Oh, there, I'm blind. Duh. Okay, so as for the coaster... so I don't want coasters to be exactly the same. So like, for example, this is a launch coaster. This is a... invert, I think they're called. And then this is a water coaster. We're doing Articuno, which the whole idea is I'm going to theme it so it's like you're doing like a cave, which is kind of going to look similar to Seafoam Islands. It's going to be Seafoam Island inspired. But I'm trying to figure out what kind of model, what kind of coaster I want to build that can go relatively well with it. We have inverted rail. That could work. We have the Stingray. I think we're going to do Stingray. I want to do dive at some point. Dive would make sense. But I'm trying to think. I feel like dive would work better for like Kyogre or something that I want to do in the future. So we're going to do Stingray. We're going to do Stingray coaster. It is another flying coaster. But it kind of Stingray kind of sea matches, right? For now, I'm not actually going to build. I'll move it later on and adjust it later on. Probably should. It's wait. We probably should move this up. Like that. Just so it's got a bit of extra height. So the idea of this is I really want you to interact. I want you to get close to the water and stuff, right? So you're almost touching the water with your feet. Stuff like that. We'll see how I go as I. It's really hard because I haven't built the. I normally build the coaster and then I build around the coaster, right? Which is fine. That's fine. But this is kind of what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna give myself. I'll start building the cave and stuff, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on that. Of course, as always, with all of these episodes, it will be a time lapse. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on this coaster. I'll probably just get the basics done and the environment, and then we'll go from there. So I will catch you guys after the time lapse. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse. I didn't spend too long. I spent about three hours. It wasn't that long. All in all, I don't know. Like, I definitely need my train work has always been pretty bad in this game. I hope you can see from here, it wasn't that bad here, but I don't know, man. I actually wondered why I just did rocks here and I didn't bring it all the way around. So just being lazy, I probably should touch that up. Yeah, I'm gonna sort that. I'll do that off screen if you didn't see that. I think I was meant to start it and then I guess forgot. I didn't notice that anyway. But as I say, my train work isn't really that good. It's been a long time. I've played this game for a long time. I've never been good at train work, ever. It's kind of one of my weakest points, as you can see from this. I mean, it looks alright here, but it's not great. I don't think there's much train work, but even here, there's train work. I think even here, all of these have got some kind of train work. I've got a thing for waterfalls, as you can see. But they've all got this like rocky outline, which looks really good. I think this is the only one that might not have it. No, this one doesn't. I don't know why I didn't do it here. I'm trying to look at this to get kind of like an idea on stuff. Why did that road? So one thing I was struggling with. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. So yeah, we got all the train work done. My foot's really dry. Sorry about that. This is kind of like the cave. So if you watch the time lapse, you'll see at the beginning, I kind of just had a full cave. It wasn't very practical. You couldn't really see, and it looked like it didn't just didn't look good. I'm gonna ignore that. I'll sort that out later on. Yeah, it just didn't look good. It wasn't practical because it was too dark. So I kind of made some changes. I'm a bit happy. I'm much happier, but not super happy yet. Needs still more work. But as you can see from up here, I've just always struggled with how to texture, or how to plantify, I guess. Anything with like a wintry theme. I didn't know the rose bushes could change colour though. That's actually kind of good. So I can go for like a nice like purplish kind of colour. That's still too green. But yeah, I've always kind of like struggled with wintry stuff because I don't know like how to make it look good. Right, because there isn't much bushes that you can do this to, you know. A lot of bushes you can only colour with flowers. You can't colour the like the sorry, I can't. My brain's still working. You can't colour the actual leaves. You can usually just colour the flowers, and that's it, right? So it makes it really hard to. I always find it difficult and hard to kind of. I hate empty spaces, so I've always found it really difficult to make wintry themes look good. But I didn't know that rose bushes could change. I probably should have paid attention to this. What else have I got on that? I didn't know that. What else have I got on this? Can I like actually get fast? What else have I got? So yeah, so a lot of it is just floral bushes, rose bushes. I do not like what I do, but this fountain as well. I don't know what's going on with that, but there you go. Is that petunia? Kind of works. Can you change the colour of petunia? Because I was looking. I even looked at the Maker's Tool. Oh, you can. Because I was like, oh, I really need some better plants and trees. I wish all trees could be coloured, but they can't, sadly. But yeah, I was really struggling on adding detail because I didn't know how to add bushes and stuff that look artistically, but we got there. But now I know what I can and can't colour. I should make some changes next time. But yeah, we didn't really do much. The idea is so the waterfall comes down here, and then this will follow, and there will eventually be another waterfall that comes down here. They're kind of due to link together. So you've got kind of like the waterfall starts at the top, and it kind of makes its way down. You know. Yes. As for this, I've done this cool stony texture around the rivers, which is cool. I think there's a bit too much color, but I think that just comes down to the fact that this rock is all grey as well, and I don't have the paint tool for ice or snow in this world, which I probably should have done. I didn't think about it at the time, but I should have. So it kind of looks a bit, but I think as time goes on and I start putting things together better, like I think even here, although there's not going to be anywhere that's flat, I'm going to just put rocks, bushes and stuff that can just give it a bit of texture. I did download a couple of items, just kind of see. I'll show you that, you'll see them in the next episode. But yeah, I haven't, like I said, I haven't really done much. A lot of the time I built something, I wasn't happy, so I rebuilt it. We've just done this for now. Nothing too intense. We'll look what we can do in the future. My training work needed a lot of work, so I'll probably need something like this. This needs to be tidied up. It's not very smooth. This looks a bit weird. There's a lot of stuff that needs work. I don't mind this entrance. This entrance is fine. I guess, yeah. The idea is you kind of like come in here, and a majority of the coaster's in here, and then the coaster comes out here too. You'll see as I progress. But yeah, I mean, we don't really do much in 3 hours, but 3 hours seems like a long time, but for this game it really isn't. You don't get a lot done in 3 hours. Like I said, each of these coasters individually 20 plus hours each. This one was obviously the longest, but I think this one was about 20 hours, this one was about 40, 50 hours, this one was probably close to that too. So they're going to take a long time, and as for some reason they seem to get progressively bigger. Like this one's small, this one's decent size, and then this one gets big, and then this is even bigger. But I guess the reason why this is so big is because of the terrain. The coaster itself might not be that big. But what I'll also do is, I don't really want to. The idea was I was meant to do the first generation in this park, and then generation 3 and 4 in the next park. There's just not enough space. There really isn't. There just isn't enough space. So we've done Lugia, we've done Hello, we've done Suicune, we're doing Articuno. I wish the park was a bit bigger, because then you could have all of them in one go. But it's just the park just big enough for all of that. Because the idea was like, build a massive park and then have all the coasters in the park. I think what I'm going to do in the future is I'm going to continue building coasters in this park. Yeah. So this one doesn't really have much terrain. A lot of this I can just place, and it will be done. I could blueprint all of this, right, and it would be fine. But I think what we'll do, so this will stay Articuno. But the plan was to have obviously Zapdos and Moltres as well. But all 3 of those, maybe not Zapdos, but definitely Moltres, are all going to have some kind of like terrain work. Like big, like massive terrain work. So obviously it's like Seafoam Island Cave for Articuno, and then Moltres is going to be probably like a volcano or something, and then I'll probably just do a power plant for Zapdos. So I might be able to get all 3 of them in the back. We'll see, I guess. As long as I keep them no bigger than this, we should be fine. And you kind of like a volcano, like an ice cave here, and then you have the power plant in the middle, so you have all the legendary plants here. Right, and then that should give us room here, and maybe a couple of other spots to add the other 2 legendary dogs. I also wanted to get Kyogre and Groudon in here too, along with Rayquaza, because that also can move them too. No, they're not Gen 2. I'm stupid. They're Gen 3. Yeah, Gen 3. So yeah, so Gen 2 and Gen 1 is what? Mewtwo, Mew, 3 birds, 3 dogs, Ho-Oh, Lugia. I think that's it, legendary wise. I mean, there's mythicals and stuff, but I think legendary wise that's good. So we might be fine actually. So we'll have Articuno, Moltres, Zapdos, then Suicune, Raikou, Entei, and then we have these two already, and so we should be able to get more. And then we'll obviously put it all together and make it look pretty. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine. Okay. But yeah, sorry, I'm rambling. Before this gets too long, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up for today. Look forward to the next episode. We're going to go ahead and obviously continue this. I'm going to try and look at ways I can make this look more icy and Arctic-like. Do some research, find some blueprints I can get inspiration from, play around with stuff, see what happens. Yeah, that's going to be it today. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe for more content from me. Check out the link in the description of this video if you want to go ahead and see all my other links, all my other socials. And yeah, thanks so much. I shall catch you all later. Laters. I should catch you all laters.